Yet another trading day. Um, Obviously, this is the trade for today. Wednesday. Um, Let me show you guys before I delve into the trade what I was seeing initially for today. So initially, right in the overnight session, um, London just goes crazy from like 4:15 to 4:30, and it does this to fill the new day opening gap that we created when market opened again yesterday at 6, right? This is the gap created from that 2 hour break in between. Um, and we do the same thing on ES. You can see ES actually fills the entire gap. So yeah. So we fill the gap and we just kind of accumulate. Like we just kind of consolidate. There's not much really going on. And to me, I saw this as low resistance liquidity. So this was looking like a similar, like that was initially my bias was similar to yesterday. Um, I thought at open we were gonna come up, and we did, and we were gonna just hit all these swing highs and then take out the London high and then spill. That's what I thought initially. Um, so those are my initial thoughts. But once we actually get into open, you can see this gap on the 15 minute, which is on both indexes, gets respected, and we actually create SMT. So now my bias is kind of dwindling. Not dwindling, but it's changing. Like the initial bias I had is changing to bearish, and now I'm targeting London low and Asia low. So we create SMT on both of the indexes, and um, we just spill aggressively. As you can see, a lot of bearish candles. So this is a sign for me to not only change my bias, but that we're definitely gonna hit London low, especially because once we hit the macro 950, we really aggressively pursue London low. So I recognize this, and I was thinking to go short. So we can see price respects this imbalance on the 1 minute on NQ, and there isn't one here on the 1 minute, but there is one here on the 5 minute. I think this is a 5 minute inversion. So we respect the 5 minute inversion. You can see we respect the CE, and we drop, right? And price is respecting. Price is treating the CE of this 1 minute gap as resistance. So then I'm like, okay, I'm confident that we're gonna spill. So I enter. When we respect this, I enter, and that same candle we spill, and we continue to do that. We make a small little retrace up to here, up to this 3 minute gap. The CE gets respected, and 2 minutes later, price aggressively hits my TP. So this obviously isn't my trading plan, like my setup, but this is something I saw, and it was just like too. It was just like too out there to pass on. Like it seemed pretty obvious to me. Obviously, if we didn't have the macro, I wouldn't have taken this. But because we were in the 950 to 1010 macro, I was just inclined to take this. So obviously my TP was up here. So CE of this wick as well as top of the gap. And then by the time we got to here, I actually moved my TP down, not my TP, my stop down to here. So yeah, that was the trade for today. And you can see as soon as we hit London low, we've kind of been going up for the past like 5 minutes or so. So there's a great TP on my end. Yeah. So I think the big takeaways from today are definitely switching your buys, and this is something I've struggled with in the past, and only recently have gotten better at it. And honestly, it's because of backtesting every day. So switching your bias and not holding to one bias is key. And you just have to pick up on what the market is telling you. So we respect the gap, and we have SMT. So that's key for me that we're gonna hit London low or Asia low. So that's kind of what I saw for today. Honestly, a pretty simple trade. Nothing like insanely complex. You just need to be able to change your bias. Yeah. So let's get into the back testing. So I back tested a little yesterday. I really did not back test that much. I'm just gonna be honest. I did a little bit just to say I did it. It wasn't even like anything like insanely like I really wasn't putting too much thought into it, and you can tell. Literally every trade I took was just a losing trade. Today though, I'm going to make sure I put effort into it, because yesterday and the day before I've been kind of just coasting through it. I need to start putting some effort back into it, even though it's boring. Yeah. So obviously losing. Win rate is going down, bro. Keeps going down. Excuse me. Yeah, so that was the trade for today. Yeah, it just seemed, obviously not being too aggressive with the TP placement. It just seemed this was like the right spot to take profit, as there was no other areas we could have put it at. So, yeah. Another good day. Sticking and following my rules, not being emotional, only being technical. Well, not only being technical, but only, doing what you see on the charts. So that's it for today. Y'all have a blessed day.